welcome to yet another power-packed session. I am here with top questions for JEE Advanced from the section Calculus. But before I start, please let me know in the chat box whether I am perfectly audible and visible so that we can quickly start the session. Right away, okay, I can see Pradeep. Why so much spamming? I have started the session on dot 6 p.m. isn't it? Yes, I am not late. Am I late? Yes. Alright, so before I start, please confirm I am audible and visible, right? And the session duration, because every time I start the session or in between the session, you guys always ask me that what would be the duration of this particular session. So approximately like 1 hour 45 minutes or 2 hours will be the duration of the session, plus minus 5-10 minutes you can do. All right, yes, I can see, just asking over here, I can see Shrija, I can see Pradeep, audible and visible. Okay, I've got the green signal. Thank you, Pradeep. And before I start, for all of those who don't know me, who are new to the channel, this is my brief introduction. So my name is Namrata and students call me Ninja. Ask in the chat box why do they call me Ninja, but I have over 10 years of teaching experience both in online and offline classes, and I have got top selections in various IITs, NITs, BITS and various other colleges. Okay, and before I jump on to the very first question of calculus, let me tell you something about JEE Advanced Rank Accelerator book over here. So Rank Accelerator book is apt for your JEE Advanced preparation, for question solving especially. So you will be able to find all types of pattern based question, be it single choice, be it multi-select, be it numerical type, matrix match as well. All right, so just you can just go ahead and check out the link which is given in the description box. It is available on Amazon as well as the link given in the description box as well. Okay, all right, yes, clear. Shall we start? Shall we without any further ado jump on to the very first question from calculus. So calculus have always in mains or in advance have a humongous weightage if I talk about weightage wise. So calculus is one of the sections which have high weightage, or you can say the maximum weightage is on calculus, right? Okay, all right, so we will take calculus portion very seriously, and with me I have easy questions as well, difficult question as well, and medium level questions as well, right? So all the spectrum I have covered, starting from easy, then medium, then difficult. Okay, so one by one we will solve the question, and you will understand that in JEE Advanced there are some questions which are actually surprisingly very easy to solve, right? So you just tell me in the chat box. In the chat box, while I solve, you also solve with me. And please tell me that, okay ma'am, I feel this question I would have done without any hurdle or obstacle. But this question, maybe some other question, you may find it difficult, right? So just always think in this direction that in the exam, whether you would be able to complete that question smoothly or not. With the very end, like last answer you have to achieve. Okay, so I am here with single correct, I am here with multi-select question as well, and I am here with numerical answer based question as well. Okay, all right, yes, shall we start? Okay, so the very first question you can see on your screen, you will see that, okay, it was in paper number 1, JEE Advanced 2014, paper 1. Okay, so JEE Advanced 2014 paper number 1 question. What does the question trying to say? Let us read the question very carefully and slowly so that the chances of mistakes are almost zero. So there is a function f and there is a function g. Okay, so fx they are giving right away and gx also they are giving right away. So both are very easy functions, right? Mod x plus 1 is not that difficult function. X square plus 1 is also not that difficult function, right? Now there is another function. Can you see h of x, which is defined over all real values. So for x greater than 0, it is defined as minimum of f and g. For x less than 0, it is defined as maximum of f and g. Okay, all right, and equal to 0, it is defined maximum only, and number of point where hx is non-differentiable. What I feel is, if you are able to plot the graph, then you just have to look for points of discontinuity or points of sharp corner. That's it. If you are able to do that, the question will be solved with the before me you can solve this question in the chat box, right? Very easy question. I would say this is JEE main level question, and trust me, there are some problems which are of JEE main, right? Okay. All right. Let us start. Okay, so let me just draw f of x one by one. So this is your f of x. F of x is mod x plus 1. So mod x will be a V-shaped graph pointed at 0. But we are talking about mod x plus 1. So mod x plus 1 will be a V-shaped graph pointed at 1. Right? This is fx. Now in this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to plot right away gx as well. What is gx? X square plus 1. Now x square plus 1 is a upward facing parabola whose vertex lie at this point, right? And it is symmetric again about what? So this is how your x square plus 1 will look like. Okay, let me just draw it nicely so that it looks nice. Okay, so this is how your graph will look like. Okay, and if I talk about this mod x, so mod of x plus 1 will be looking like this only, and this is your one. Okay, all right, now let's start shading. Okay, let's start shading the curve like a pro. Now for x less than 0, we are talking about maximum, right? So for x less than 0, let's talk about maximum. So between red and blue, which one is maximum? This one is maximum. So I'll start shading this, and can you see at this point both are equal? But after this, which one is maximum? Can you see red one is maximum? Why? The graph which is above will always be the maximum. So this is the shading. And now for x greater than 0, can you see for greater than 0 we are having minimum. Minimum means graph which is below. So this is the shading and minimum again. So this will be the shading. So at this point both graphs are same, but after this the red one becomes minimum. Okay. So this shading will actually give you what? So let me just right away plot the curve now. So now this will be the final curve. Okay. So this, and then this, and then you have this, and then you have this. Okay. So can you see how many sharp corners are there for the yellow curve? Some people are saying 2, just asking is saying 2, and Canizaro is saying 3 points. Yes. So 3 points clearly. Can you see this particular point, and this particular point? So we are seeing 3 sharp corners. 3 sharp corners. At what all points? Tell me. So this is your x equals to 0, right? So at x equals to 0. Okay. Are you not able to see this point? Yeah, 3 sharp corners. 3 sharp corners. First one will be x equals to 0. Second one and third one will happen when both the curve intersect, right? X square plus 1 should be equal to what? Mod x plus 1. So clearly x square is equals to plus minus x. So it will actually give me what? X equals to 0, x equals to 1 and x equals to minus 1. These are the 3 sharp corners over here. Okay. Let me just draw it with different color, right? Because it is actually not visible. So this is your graph. Okay. This one will be your graph. This one will be your graph. Can you now see the graph? Can you now see the graph? This, and then this. So 3 sharp corners will be there. X equals to, so 3 points, right? 3 points. Option C is absolutely right. Okay, all right. Yes. Clear? Chalo, let us move on to the next problem. Now let me know in the chat box. Just asking why you are still stuck at 2. 2 is not the correct answer, right? And this question was actually designed that you should attempt, everyone who is attempting 2014 JEE Advanced paper, they should have done this question. Very easy mains level question, I would say. Okay, yes, okay. Now next question. Next question is also not that difficult question if you see, but there are some, I would say, some holes, or what do we call in English, gadda, traps, yes. So this is a googly question. There are multiple traps in this question. Multiple traps in this question, right? There are many students who might find that there are multiple traps in this questions, right? I will tell you all the traps, but first let me do this question without any trap, right? Let me do this question nicely, smoothly, and then I will let you know that what all points are there when the student can get trapped. Okay, so this is again from JEE Advanced 2015 paper 1 question. Shall we start? So there is a function R2R defined by f of x, right? F of x is equals to mod x less than or equal to 2, 0 x greater than 2. All right, where GI, this is greatest integer function, and we are here to calculate the value of I. We are here to calculate the value of I. Clear? Perfect. Okay, so first of all we should understand, let us put the value of f of x square and f of x plus 1 in it. Let us do that. Okay, let us put the value of f of x square and f of x plus 1 right away, because this is a basic function f of x, GIF of x, right? So first of all, minus 1 to 2. This is going to be x. F of x square will be replaced by what? GIF of x square, right? Or, okay, or rather what we can do is we can just break this function. Yes, let us break this function. So let me just tell you that f of x square, let us define this function, okay? So let f of x square will be equals to what? GIF of x square less than or equals to 2 and 0 when x square greater than 2. What did I do over here? Please understand this, that I have just replaced x by x square over here. So this will be replaced by x square, this will also get replaced by x square, this will also get replaced by x square. Okay, all right. And now with this, what we can do is we can just start plugging in the values. So can you see that I have to break this definite integration limit at all those points where my expression inside the GIF becomes integer. Are you getting my point? I am explaining it very slow. So I have to break the limit at all those points where the expression inside the GIF becomes an integer. Okay, all right. So first thing, I'll be breaking it at minus 1 to 0. Minus 1 to 0, x, right? F of x square. So f of x square. So x is what? Put the value of x. So x, it is satisfying this equation. So it will become GIF of x square. And this is going to be 2 plus GIF of x plus 1 dx. This is first thing. Plus, now 0 to 1. Right, 0 to 1. Why am I breaking it? Because the moment I put x equals to 1, the expression inside the bracket will become integer. So 0 to 1. Now this is going to be x. F of x square will become GIF of x square 2 plus GIF of x plus 1 dx. Correct? Now next, please be careful over here. Integration of 0 to 1. Now 1 to 2. No. 0 to 2. No, we have to break 0 to root 2. Why? Because between 1 and 2 there is one more point, that is root 2, and if I put x equals to root 2, what do I get? Root 2 square is 2. Right? Root 2 square will become what? 2. So it is becoming an integer, so I will have to break. So this is going to be what? 1 to 2, sorry, 1 to 2. Okay, 1 to 2. 1 to root 2. 1 to root 2. And again this is going to be x, GIF of x square, and this is going to be 2 plus f of x plus 1 will be GIF of x plus 1. Correct? And last but not the least, root 2 to 1. Root 2 to 1 x times. Now we have to be very careful. This is the trap I was talking about. Tell me what should I write over here? Tell me what should I write over here? Are you going to tell me? So root 2 to 1. If my x is root 2 to 1, then my f of x square. So x square become root 2. If x become root 2, then what will happen? You tell me. If x is equals to root 2 or greater than root 2, can you see root 2 to 2? So this is 2, sorry, yeah. So between root 2 to 2, my x square will be greater than 2. So this is going to be 0. Understand? So the moment you put x is equals to root 2, it will become 2. And the moment you put greater than root 2, it will become greater than 2. So this quantity is becoming greater than 2. That means your f of x square is coming out as 0. This is the trap I was talking about. This is the trap I was talking about, right? Because over here there will be many students who will not write 0 and they will keep on following this definition that, okay, GIF of x square. Understood? Getting it? Getting my point? Yes. Now one by one let us solve it out. So minus 1 to 0 if you put, so minus 1 to 0, so x square will become what? Fraction square. And fraction square is also a fraction, and GIF of a fractional part is 0. So this is going to be 0 because this is going to be 0, right? So first thing is already 0. What about the second part? 0 to 1. Again we are in fraction, positive fraction, and there is a square. So fraction square will always give you fraction, and GIF of any quantity which is between 0 to 1, that is fraction, is also 0. So this is also 0. So 0 plus 0. Okay, this is also 0. The only thing which I am left with is this. So we just need to focus on this. Okay, let's do that. So this is x and 1 to root 2. So this will become what? 1 ka square will become 1. Right? So between 1 and root 2 ka square will become 2, but we are not touching 2. So between 1 and 2, the GIF will become what? 1 whole upon, this is what? 2 plus, between 1 to root 2. So this is going to be 1 plus x is greater than 1 plus 1 GIF. So 1 plus 1 GIF will be 2 plus. So any quantity which is greater than 2, GIF of that will be 2. And this is going to be dx. All right? Two plus, yes. Correct? 1 to root 2. So this is going to be 1 to root 2. So 1, 2 plus 1 plus, so greater than 1. So greater than 1, 1 plus 1, 4. Yeah. So we just need to, what we need to do is we need to just integrate it. That's it. Integrate, let's do that. So we are going to get what? X by 4 integration and this is 1 to root 2 dx. If I integrate, what do I get? X square by 8 and 1 to root 2. Let us plug in the value. So 2 by 8 minus 1 by 8 will give you what? 1 by 8 as the correct answer, right? Am I doing anything wrong over here? Let me just check one more time. Especially the denominator. Let me check the denominator over here. So yes, 1 to root 2. X is gonna behave as same and this is going to be 1. 2 plus f of x plus 1. So this is 3. Okay, so f of x plus 1. Okay. Yes, one more trap. Yes, one more trap. So this is, can you see GIF of 2 plus? So can you see now? Yes, if x is greater than 2, see what is happening over here. Let me just show you. Yes. So f of x plus 1, when I put x equals to 1 plus, okay. So what f of 2 plus, so f of 2 plus will be 0. Can you see f of 2 plus is 0? So this is f of 2 plus actually. So f of 2 plus is 0, so this is 0. So integration of x by 2 will be the left out answer. So finally what I'm gonna get is, finally x by 2 integration 1 to root 2 dx will be the final answer of I. That's it. Yes, yes, yes. Clear? Yes. Rinki is telling me x plus 1 is already greater than 1. So it will be 2 plus in the denominator, and f of 2 plus is what? 0. So yes, x square by 4 will be your answer, 1 root 2. And now you just can put the value of the 2 by 4 minus 1 by 4 will give you 1 by 4 is equals to I. Or you can say that 4i is equals to 1. In the question what they are asking you is 4i is equals to what? So 1 minus 1 is coming out as option A, 0. Okay. Alright. So there are two traps in this question. है ना? What were the traps? Shall I discuss one more time? So shall I discuss one more time? Right? Okay. Let me discuss one more time. Okay. So basically minus 1 to 0. Then we are having 0 to 1. Then we are having 1 to root 2. And we are having root 2 to 2. Okay. So minus 1 to 0. So the moment I put f of minus 1 to 0, what do I get? I get GIF of x square over here, and denominator will be this. So this will become actually 0. Same 0 to 1 also it will become 0. Right? And root 2 to 2. So x, f of x square. So the moment you put the value root 2 over here. So root 2 if you put f of 2 you will get, and f of 2, and the moment you put 2 in the place of x you are going to get f of 4. So basically inside this you are getting 2 plus. F of 2 plus is anyway 0. So everything is becoming 0. Right? So this particular, this was a trap number 1. That you might end up writing this as GIF of x square and calculate it accordingly. One more trap I would tell you, that this is 1 to root 2. So x, f of x square. Now you are having 1 plus over here. So this is still GIF of x square whole upon 2 plus f of x plus 1. So after 1, so f of x plus 1. Now the moment you put 1 over here greater than 1. So if x is greater than 1, the whole quantity which is inside x is greater than 2. So this will become 0. This was one more trap. Okay. So x, now GIF of x square between 1 and 2. So the moment you put any quantity which is greater than 1, this will become 1 upon 2 integration dx. And now you are free from all the traps. You just have to calculate the value of I over here. So I is equals to 4. So 4i, so that is 1 minus 1. So 0 is the correct answer. To summarize all the aspects of this question. Right? So the question was an easy question, not a very difficult question. Doable question. It is not out of the box type of question, right? But what you need to understand is you have to solve question carefully. Okay. Alright, now we have next question. This is again from JEE Advanced 2015 paper number 2, and this question is very, very, very easy. Mains level question I would say. Please, after solving the question, please confirm that whether you also feel that yes ma'am, this is a mains level question. Yes, we understood that this is mains level question, or you can say that no ma'am, this is difficult for me. Honestly, it is difficult for me. Okay, I just want to know your review. Okay, be honest with me and yourself. So alpha is given as this. Okay, and what we are looking for is log of 1 plus alpha minus 3 pi by 4. So actually we need to find the value of this integration. For that, what we need to do is we need to solve this. So for this, I have my i's over here. So alpha is equals to 0 to 1 e raised to power 9x plus 3 tan inverse x. Clearly, if I will have to take this as t and I have to make this as derivative of this. Okay. So this is 12. So 12 can be broken down into 3 plus 9 plus 9x square upon 1 plus x square dx. If I separate it out, what do I get? Alpha will be equals to 0 to 1 e raised to power 9x plus 3 tan inverse x. And if I separate it out, what do I get? I get 3 upon 1 plus x square plus, if I take 9 common, so 9 1 plus x square is gone, and dx. And now can you clearly see, if I take this quantity as t, can I take this quantity as t? Yes, if I take this as t, right? So derivative of this would be what? 9 plus 3 upon this. So this overall thing will become what? Dt. So basically your alpha will become what? Integration of e raised to power t dt. So the integration is what? E raised to power t only. But t, what was t? So e raised to power 9x plus 3 tan inverse x. And upper and lower limit are 0 to 1. Why? Because I didn't change the limit. By the way, this is very important. Whenever you change the variable, always change the limits. Or what you can do is, for MCQ, that finally you just write everything in terms of x and apply the original limits, which was 0 to 1. Now alpha value will be right here. So the moment you put 1, what do you get? E raised to power 9 plus 3 pi by 4, okay, minus, the moment you put 0, e raised to power 0 is 1. So this is your alpha, e raised to power. Now what do you want? Actually log 1 plus alpha. So why not you shift this 1 towards left hand side and calculate the value of 1 plus alpha only. So 1 plus alpha will become e raised to power 9 plus 3 pi by 4. And now what you need to do is, as per this expression which we are about to calculate, take log both the sides, because we are looking for log 1 plus alpha. Taking log of mod of 1 plus alpha will be equal to what? So log of e raised to power 9 plus 3 pi by 4. So right hand side will become what? 9 plus 3 pi by 4 is the value of this. Log 1 plus alpha, now you have gotten 9 plus 3 pi by 4. So this value will be replaced by what? Tell me. Final answer. Clear final answer. So this is 9 plus 3 pi by 4. This thing minus 3 pi by 4, which is as it is, and this in this expression. So option B is absolutely right. Tell me that is this a mains level question or not? Yes? Tell me. Yes? Without any trap. There are no traps over here in this question. No googly. Straightforward question. Yes? Okay, shall we move on to the next problem? So the idea is that you just don't get intimidated with JEE Advanced examination. Leave those questions which you feel that are extremely tough. Please have this belief that the question paper, there will be some questions which are doable, right? If you go with that mindset that paper will be extremely tough, I won't be able to, maybe I will be able to solve one question or not, don't do that. Confidence will help you, right? Doubting will always stress you, fear you, and it will not give you result. I'm giving you the proof. This is the proof. Tell me, if the similar type of question will arrive in JEE Advanced 2024, will you be able to do that? You will be able to do that if you feel yes, the question will still be doable. Don't feel, if you go with this mindset every question is difficult, then no question you will not be able to solve. And when you come back home, then you will realize, okay, so this question was not that difficult, right? So don't make it happen. Now I am telling you that, okay? Easy, everybody is saying easy. Now this question, JEE Advanced 2013, this question, can you see mains level question in JEE Advanced? Mains level question in JEE Advanced. What is this question? A curve passes through the point this, okay? Slope of the curve is given by this. Oh, so dy by dx they are giving now. So this is homogeneous equation, directly homogeneous equation. Now you tell me, homogeneous equation, You tell me. All right. Yes. So y by x is equals to v is what we put in homogeneous, and y is equals to vx. So dy by dx will be equals to x plus v plus x dv by dv, x dv by dx, right? So dy by dx will be v plus x dv by dx. This is equals to v plus sec v. V and v are getting cancelled out. Okay. All right. So what we are left with is dv upon sec v is equals to dx upon x. Okay. Sec v can be written as cos v dv, and integration of cos v, please, these things are very basic. Please have faith on your fundamentals and basics. Integration of cos v is sin v, because sometimes we feel that the question paper is out of our league. So integration of cos v is also looking very difficult because it was in JEE Advanced paper. No. Okay. There is easy stuff over here, and log of x plus constant. So this is actually what you are getting, and obviously I'm gonna erase v, and v is replaced by y by x, right? And now what they are saying is this curve passes through 1 comma pi by 6. So I will be able to calculate point C, right? So 1 comma pi by 6, that means x is pi by 6, right? So sine of y by x. Sorry, this is x, no? X, this is y. So y by x is sine pi by 6, sine 30 degrees root 3 by 2. Minus is equals to what? Log of, sorry, sine 30 degrees what? 1 by 2. What am I doing? 1 by 2, then log 1 is 0 plus c. That means c is coming out as half. Sine y by x is equals to log x plus half is your curve. Now tell me in the chat box that which do you think is the correct option, sine y by x, log x. Can you see? Write in the chat box mains level or not. Mains level or not. Yes, can is arrow. Mains level or not. Clear? All right, and we are having next question, which is from JEE Advanced 2016. By the way, JEE Advanced 2016 was conducted by IIT Madras, right? After every 4 years, so 2020 was also conducted by IIT Madras, and 2024 will also be conducted by IIT Madras. So 2016, 2024, both are related to each other in terms of the paper conducting institute, right? And by far 2016 is considered as most tough paper in the history of JEE Advanced. Are you guys aware about it? Right? So 2016 JEE Advanced paper number 1 has this question. So at that point of time, this concept was very new. And after 2016, there are multiple questions which are seen in your JEE mains, in your EMSAT examination, in your BITSAT, in your VIEEE, similar type of question. So now we have evolved, right? From 2016, every teacher saw this question and every teacher realized that this is a new concept. I mean, not new concept. We teach this concept, we always teach this concept since so many years, but this question was not a familiar question. So after that, you might have seen a lot of questions on this. And the topic is, the concept is, let me tell you, the concept is derivative of inverse function. Yes, derivative of inverse function. Let me show you this, JEE Advanced 2016. So this question you might have seen, this type of question you might have seen in JEE Main as well, or mock test. We have solved so many mock tests on this channel. So I always keep this question, this is my favorite question. Why? Why this is my favorite question? Because in method of differentiation, because method of differentiation is very dry topic. We always used to think that what JEE Advanced is going to ask from this particular topic. But this topic is something which is very tricky and JEE Advanced level topic also. Okay, all right. Yes. Yes, let us now discuss. So this is F, this is G, and H is also there. Now they are saying Fx they are giving, and can you see what is this? So G of f of x is equals to x, or you can say that f of x is equals to G inverse x. So what you are looking for is, if they are asking, okay, so if they are asking G dash 2, or you can say that Gx is equals to f inverse x, right? So the concept is, let me just tell you over here, if they are asking G dash x, what are they asking? They are asking derivative of f inverse x, because they are not giving G, they are giving f, right? So what they want to ask is derivative of inverse of this, and trust me, you don't have to calculate the inverse, right? You have some tools, you have some tricks from which you can easily find out G dash 2 or H dash 1, H dash 0, H dash 16 is H of G of 3 is equals to 30. Okay, all these values. Okay, clear? Clear? Now, I have actually told you that what is this type, right? The question type of this question I have told you. Now I will get into directly to the solution part. Let us understand how to tackle such questions. So over here what they are saying is fx is given to us, and this is what they are asking. So first of all, G dash of 2. So what we will do is G of f of x, the very first thing, to get option A. So option A is mains level question. But if I talk about B, C and D, so these are a little bit tougher. But calculating option A is directly mains level. So this is given to you, just right away differentiate. G dash f of x, applying chain rule, f dash x is equals to 1. G dash fx, f dash is equals to 1. Now what you are looking for is G dash 2. That means you want this fx to become 2. You want your fx to become 2. Who will tell me that what should I put in place of x so that I get 2? It is very clear, the moment you put x equals to 0, you get 0 plus 0 plus 2. F of 0 is coming out as 2. So over here, what you need to do is you put x equals to 0. That's it. That's it. And option A is right here in front of you. So okay, so this is G dash, and inside that f of 0 and f dash 0 is equals to 1. F of 0 is obviously 2, which you are obviously looking for, is equals to 1 upon f dash 0. So now f dash 0, for that find out f dash x, 3x square plus 3, correct? So f dash 0 will be equals to what? 3. So this is going to be 1 by 3. G dash 2 is coming out as 1 by 3. That means option A is wrong, my dear students. Option A is wrong, wrong, wrong. Did you understand A part? Did you understand A part? Yes? Okay. So what did I do? What did I do? I just picked this, and because I wanted G dash, I just started without applying so much of my brain. I just differentiated it. And now just look, what do I want? I want 2 inside my G dash. So I have to make fx equal to 2. Now this might look a little bit tricky, but it is not. Trust me, you have to make fx equal to 2. So you have to make these two as 0. Right? So just to start hit and trial, it will work. Right? It will hit. F of 0. So put x equals to 0. So G dash f of 0, that is going to be 2. So G dash 2. F dash 0, because x is 0, is equals to 1. So G dash 2 is 1 upon f dash 0. Now f dash 0 is not at all rocket science. Okay. So this is actually 1 by 3. Okay. Alright. Yes, option A is incorrect. So in multi-select, so by the way, this is multi-select question. So in multi-select question, you know what to do? We have to check for each and every option. I know this is exhausting. This is time consuming, but we have, if you are picking that question, if you are showing the courage of solving a multi-select question, then stick to it, or finish it off. It will take time. Now option B, you have to figure out H-1, right? So before B, C and D, we have to do some sort of hard work over here, right? Let me show you that for this how much hard work we can do, right? So clearly I have already told you F is equals to G inverse. Do you understand this? F is equals to G inverse, okay? So in this equation, what will I do is H of G of X is equals to X. In this equation, can I replace, because I want to reduce it, can I replace X by G inverse? If I do that, one G will get cancelled out. So what I'm going to get is H of G of, now G of X, so G of X will get replaced by G inverse X, and that is equals to G inverse X. Do you understand? G inverse Gx is X. G and G inverse will gone. So H of G of X is equals to, now G inverse can be replaced by F of X. All right. Now one more time. Now can you see? Now is the time we should attack option number D, right? So H of G of 3 will be what? F of 3. So F of 3, this is equals to F of 3. F of 3 will be equal to 3 cube. 3 cube plus 3 into 3 plus 2. So this is going to give me 27 plus 9 plus 2. So 38, it is coming out as 38. That means option D is also wrong. Alright, now there are high chances that either both are correct. If this is multi-select, that high chances, because multi-select they can give, but there are less chances that only one option is correct. So if you want to do guesswork, if you have this courage of doing guesswork, tick B and C, okay? But we are going to solve it. Now what we got last is this. H of G of X is equals to what? Fx. So H of G of X is equals to F of X. By the way, G and F are inverse of each other. So one more time I'm going to repeat the same process where X will get replaced by G inverse. So this is going to be G of G inverse X, right? F of X will be what? G inverse X. And G inverse is what again? So this is F of X, and this will be gone. So H of X, now you are having it. Can you see? Now you are having. Now you calculate anything related to H, right? So in the option B and C, so H of 0 is 16, we need to check. So H of 0 will be F of 0. F of 0 is already 2. We know that, right? We have F of 0 is 2. So F of 2, now F of 2 will be 2 cube plus 3 into 2 plus 2. X cube plus 3x plus 2. So 8 plus 8, 16. So H of 0 is coming out as 16. So that means option C is absolutely right. And for option B, H-1, you just have to differentiate. H-x will be equals to F of X multiply F-x. Chain rule. So this is going to give me H-1 will become F of 1 and F-1. So F-1, F of X is what? X cube plus 3x plus 2. So F dash will be equals to 3x square plus 3. So F of 1 will be 3, 4, 5, 6. So F dash 6 and F dash 1 is what we are looking for. Now F dash 6. So 6 6 are 36. 37 into 3. 37 into 3. And F dash 1 will be 3 plus 3, 6. So what we are going to get is 111 into 6. That is going to give me 666. So option B is absolutely right. Option B and C both are right. Okay. Yes. Like the session if you still haven't liked it. Okay. What do you think about this question? Actually, this question is not that difficult if you know the concept, right? If you know the trick. Part 1 to option A is absolutely easy. For option B, C and D, you just have to perform this one task. What is that one task? You have to, like you have this na, h of g of x. So you have to keep on replacing x by g inverse. So if you do that, you will, g will get absorbed over here and only x will be left out. So that's how you get h of x. Once you get h of x, then it is a cakewalk. Then the question is not that difficult. Okay. All right. Shall I move on to the next problem now? JEE Advanced 2014 paper number 2. All right. So let f be a function which is continuous on 0, 2, okay, and is differentiable in 0, 2, where f of 0 is given as 1 and a relation between capital F and small f is given by this equation. But the moment I look at this equation, what I feel like doing is the very first step should be Leibniz theorem, right? Whenever you see variable in the integration, na, the limits of integration are variable. So there are high chances then that you apply Leibniz theorem. Now one more information they are giving is this, and what they are asking is f of 2. So the very first step I already told you, whether irrespective of whatever they are asking, apply Leibniz, differentiate it. F dash x will be equal to, now apply Leibniz theorem. So this x square I'm going to put right here in place of t. So f of root x square will become f of x, right? And we are talking about only positive values of x. That's why no need of modulus over here. And after that you have to differentiate the upper limit. Lower limit is 0, so derivative of lower limit is 0, so no other term, the next term will be 0. So this is how you apply Leibniz theorem. And also what they are saying is f dash, this is capital, this is small. So capital F dash is equals to, so this is f dash, I can replace this by small. F of x is equals to 2x. And here is the very popular thing, we are getting it over here. Can you see that any equation which is having f dash and f both together, this is multiplication, both together, how to solve it, how to extract fx from this? So whenever you get this f dash x upon fx, you just thank God, because this is very easy concept. Always try to get f dash upon f. If at all in any equation you feel that f is also there and its derivative is also there, what will you do? F dash upon f. Yes. So f dash upon f will be equals to 2x. Why I am saying that? Because now you can just integrate both the sides with respect to dx. Now still you must be wondering that, ma'am, why, what are you trying to do? How are you so sure? You will see what will happen. So if you put fx is equals to t, f dash x dx is equals to dt. That's why I always say derivative should be in numerator and the function should be in denominator, then it is integrable function, okay? So that's why whenever you see f dash by f, the chances of it, right away try to integrate, okay? So this is integration of, so this is dt by t, and right hand side will be x square plus c. So this is log of t. Log of t would be what? Log of f of x is equals to x square plus c, or if you take anti-logarithm, you get x square plus c. This is your function. Now one more thing, f of 0 is given as 1. So you can calculate c as well. The moment you put x equals to 0, what do you get? So you get 1 is equals to e raised to power 0 plus c, right? So e raised to power c is what? 1. Okay, or you can say that c is 0. So c is 0, that means your fx is coming out as what? E raised to power x square. Now you can calculate f of x. That's it, your question is done and dusted. Okay, let me calculate the value over here. So f of x will be equals to 0 to x square, and f of root t will become what? E raised to power root x square. So e raised to power root x square will be e raised to power x dx. If I integrate, I'm gonna get e raised to power x square 0 to x square, upper limit e raised to power x square, lower limit e raised to power 0 1. So this is your capital F of x. Now what they are looking for is f of 2. So e raised to power 2 minus 1 is the correct answer, which is matching with what? E raised to power x square, so 2 square minus 1, so e raised to power 4 minus 1, right? So e raised to power 4 minus 1, option B. 2 square minus 1, right? Okay. Alright. Only 57 people are watching, but only 36 likes. Why so? Okay, understood this question nicely? Done, dusted. Shall I move on to the next problem now? So yes, the next problem is from, yes. So the next problem is combination of definite integration and limits. Okay. So they are giving two functions, f, which is an odd function, which vanishes exactly at one point. Vanishes means it becomes 0 at exactly one point, okay. And f of 1 is given as half. Suppose they are giving capital F of x is this, okay, and capital G of x is also given to us. Now they are talking about limit of, what they are asking is finally limit of f of x upon g of x, x tend to z, x tend to 1. So what we can do is, and this is given as what? 1 by 14. What we can do is we can just plug in the value of fx over here and gx over here, and then analyze what should do we next. What should we do next? Okay. So capital Fx, where is capital Fx? This is my capital Fx. So limit x tend to 1 is there. This is our fx, which is what? Minus 1 to x f of t dt. That's it. This is your fx. Upon gx, what is gx? G is this. So which is minus 1 to x. Then we have t modulus of f of t. Can you see that I have already told you, whenever we see that there is a variable in the upper or lower limit of the definite integration, think about Leibniz. And also this value is 1 by 14, right? This value is 1 by 14 already given to us. Now actually the moment I put 1 over here, this will become minus 1 to 1. This will also become minus 1 to 1. And what they are saying is your f vanishes exactly at one point. That means both the values of numerator and denominator are going to become 0 the moment you put 1. So 0 by 0 form should be formed. Then only we can say that 1 by 14 is our limit. Otherwise you won't be able to do that. Are you getting my point? Okay. Alright. See, this numerator, understand, numerator upon denominator, this is anywhere lying in the modulus. Okay. The moment it's a minus 1 to 1. T times modulus. Understand what I am trying to say. See. So minus 1 to 1, because you are talking about the numerator part, that is g of x. So the moment you put, so g of 1, you are trying to calculate g of 1, right? So the moment you put 1, minus 1 to 1, and we have t modulus of any quantity, then dt, okay? So actually this is actually becoming an odd function. Do you realize? This is becoming an odd function. Why? Because the moment you apply King's property over here, so it will become 0. Alright, minus a to a, odd function. This is modulus, so odd function. T will make it as an odd function, so this is 0. So numerator, what I am trying to say is the denominator is becoming 0. That is for sure. Now numerator has to become 0. Because if it is becoming some finite quantity, suppose you are saying no ma'am, why 0? So suppose it is becoming 1. and this is so definitely 0. So 1 by 0 is not defined, but in the question they are saying 1 by 14. To make it happen, to make it 1 by 14, numerator also should tend towards 0 if x is tending to 1. So that's why 0 by 0 form is getting formed. That's what I'm trying to explain. That 0 by 0 form is getting formed, and when 0 by 0 form is there, you apply L'Hopital, and for L'Hopital you have to apply Leibniz theorem. So this is going to be f of x upon x, f of x. Limit x tend to 1. Now you put, so this is f of 1 upon 1 times f of 1, right? So this is going to be what? F of 1 is already given to you. F of 1 is what? Half. So finally your answer would be what? So f of 1 is 1 by 2 upon f of 1 by 2, and this is going to be 1 by 14, 2 and a 7. So f of half is going to be 1 by 7. So 1 by 7, f of half is 7, 7, 7. 7 is matching with option B, 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 B. Got it? Getting it? Yes? Okay. Alright. So JEE Advanced paper 2 question, only single option is correct. Okay. Now we are having another question. JEE Advanced again paper number 2. And this is multi-select question, let me tell you. So for multi-select question, what do we do? Are you actually like observing this? That whenever single correct question comes, I just always focus on getting the answer, just like JEE Main. My approach is like JEE Main. The question might be tougher, but when multi-select question occurs, what do? I always check all the options A, B, C, D. I always verify. I am not chasing that which one is correct. I am also chasing that which one is incorrect, right? Incorrect also you have to make sure that why I am not picking this option, why I am not ticking this option. Okay, so this is the approach difference when the pattern gets changed. Okay, all right, now we are having this question. Capital F is there, which is thrice differentiable. F of 1 is 0, f of 3 is minus 4. Okay, so now if I talk about capital F, so f of 1 is 0. So this is f of 1 is 0. So this is the point 1, 2. So 1, 2, 3. Sorry. F of 1 is 0. That's not the right way. No? This I should be writing 1 over here. So 1, 2 and 3. This is f of 1 is equals to 0. That means my curve passes through this point. And f of 3 is minus 4. So 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. So this is then another point. Okay, we don't know whether my function is okay. Now one more thing they are giving, f dash x is negative. What does that mean? That my f of x is a decreasing function. Fx is a decreasing function, so my graph will look like this. It will decrease. This is graph between 1 and 3. This is my graph. Okay, and thrice differentiable, that means my graph is continuous as well. Now, okay. Now what they are saying is this, f of x is equals to x f of x. One by one, option by option we need to go. Option A is talking about f dash 1. For that, for option A, I need to differentiate both the sides. F dash x is equals to x is constant, capital F dash x plus fx. Now you put x equals to 1 because option A is saying that f dash 1 will be equals to f dash 1 plus f of 1. Now can you see f dash 1, f dash anything is negative if x belongs to this. So f of 1 will also be negative, so this is negative, and f of 1, can you see f of 1? So f of 1 is 0. Okay, f of 1 is anyway 0. So f of 1 is 0, so f dash 1 is negative. That means option A is correct. Correct. Option A is correct. So one by one you have to check. Now option B. That f of 2. Now for option B I have to put x equals to 2 over here. So f of 2 is equals to 2 capital F of 2. Now capital F of 2 is negative, clearly from the graph. So 2 is positive, this is negative, so f of 2 is also negative, option B is also right. Can you see, not that difficult, both options are not that difficult, right? And now we are having f dash x not equals to 0. Now please understand this, please open your brain over here. Option C and option D are contradictory. If you say that option C is right, that f dash x is not equal to 0, right, in between this interval, so not equal to 0, okay, but it is saying equal to 0 for some, so either this is true or this is true. This common sense you have to apply. So you have to open all your senses while doing JEE Advanced paper, just that, okay. You have to be very alert and present while solving the question, okay. So you have to have a relaxed mind. A stressful mind will not be able to judge this, that either C or D is correct, okay. Now f dash x is this is your f dash x, option D. So f dash x is equals to x f dash x capital, this is capital, plus f of x. This is your f dash x. For 1, 2, 3, right? So for 1, 2, 3. So for between 1, 2, 3, see, this is always negative. Between 1, 2, 3, can you see? It is declining, so this is negative. And what about this? Between 1, 2, 3, this is always, so f dash x is always negative. 1, 2, 3, this is positive, but this is negative, na? F dash x is always negative between this. So basically both the terms overall, now this positive into negative will give you negative, negative plus negative will give you negative. So f dash, small f dash x is always less than 0, so it can't be 0. If it is less than 0, it can't be 0. So this is wrong and this is right actually. If you are saying it is less than 0, that means it can't be 0, it can't be 0, that means this is wrong, this is right. Okay, alright, understood? Clear? One student is asking about the documents, so we'll make a separate video regarding that, okay. So you don't take care, you don't just worry about that. Shreyas sir will be most probably making this video about the last minute of the JEE Advanced, okay. So right now you can just relax, okay. Okay, ma'am, can you please say how do you know that you have to draw the graph? You understand one thing, you don't even have to draw the graph, right? What you need to do is, okay, f of 1 is 0, f of 3 is minus 4, right? You just keep this in your mind, and f dash x is less than 0, that means function is decreasing. The moment we see less than 0, we feel it is decreasing, and the decreasing curve appears in our brain, and the unavoidable urge to plot the graph is there whenever we see the decreasing or increasing term, and we know few values as well. So that urge told me that please draw the graph. Even if you don't draw the graph now, then also you can solve this question, right? But for your better understanding that, okay, decreasing looks like this, and this is how a picture is in my mind, and that's how we are going to solve each and every question, part of the question. That's why we plot the graph, okay. All right, now we are having next question. Okay, so next question is this: the total number of distinct x belongs to 0 to 1 for which, acha, please understand this. What they are saying is that, okay, the total number of distinct values of x for which these two quantities are equal, okay. So first of all, please understand that they are not asking you to integrate this, okay. because integration of this is a little bit tough task. Do not integrate this. Rather, what we will do is we will use estimation of integration over here. Let's use estimation of integration over here. Let's do that. Okay, so what we will do is, what they are asking is when these two are equal. Rather than equating these two, what I am going to do is 0 to x t square upon 1 plus t raised to power 4 dt. This is unconventional. First step is very unconventional. Let's shift this towards left hand side. So minus 2x plus 1 is equals to 0. So what they are asking is when your left hand side is big, how many times your left hand side is becoming 0 in this particular interval. That's what they are asking you. So why not I do one thing, that I take this as a function. Yes, let's take this as a function, and we are actually looking for roots of, what we are looking for is roots of capital F of x in 0 to 1. How many roots are available for this function in this interval? That's what we are looking for. Roots means fx will become 0, so this expression will become equal to this expression. Getting my point? Okay, so now what to do? So please understand this. The moment if I talk about this expression, let us estimate what is this expression. Okay, so first of all, let me know the nature of this function. The very first thing is I would like to know the nature of my fx. Capital Fx is what I am looking for. Nature means whether it is decreasing or increasing, because if it is increasing, then it will, like, the graph will actually tell me now that at how many points it is intersecting x-axis. So let us differentiate this, f dash x. Leibniz theorem over here. So this is going to be x square upon 1 plus x raised to power 4 minus 2. Yes. So can you see this quantity? This quantity, if I talk about in 0 to 1, I am talking. The moment I put 0 over here, I am getting a negative thing, right? And this will always remain positive. Sorry, this will always remain positive, but a fraction. This is a fractional quantity. Can you see? This is a fractional quantity always. X square upon 1 plus something positive. The denominator will always be greater, the numerator will always be smaller. So that's why this will be a fractional quantity. Fractional quantity minus 2 will always become negative. If I talk about between x belongs to 0 to 1, understanding or not, the moment you put 0, what do you get? Minus 2, which is negative. So f dash x is coming out as negative. That means your fx is a decreasing function. Right? Decreasing function, yes, yes. Decreasing function, decreasing function. My fx is a decreasing function. Understood nicely? Understood nicely? Now, please understand that this question has become extremely easy. How come? Now again, one student was asking, ma'am, how do you understand that when to plot the graph? Now is the time you should plot the graph. Decreasing term is giving you uncontrollable urge to plot the graph. Okay, very good question. So whenever you see decreasing, uncontrollable urge to plot the graph, if you can, if some values are given to you. So can you see that this fx is decreasing? The moment I put f of 0, who is going to tell me f of 0? F of 0, f of 0, f of 0. So f of 0 is actually, this is going to be 0. So f of 0 is 1. F of 0 is actually what? 1, right? Right from the beginning. So f of 0 is 1. F of 0 is 1. So you just mark a point over here. And what about here? So decreasing function, right? So only we are concerned about this. How many times my graph is intersecting x-axis between 0 to 1. So this is first point. Now decreasing graph will look like this. So it depends, everything depends that what is there at x equals to 1. If fx is, f of 1 is this, then no value. If f of 1 is this, again no value. F of 1 is this, then it will intersect the x-axis, okay? So f of 1 we need to know, and then only, so basically obviously that option D is wrong. Why? Because decreasing function, so only once it can intersect, right? 2 is also wrong, so either 0 or 1. Why 0? So graph will look like this, or this, or this. These are the three values. Depends that f of 1 is positive, 0 or negative, okay? Now it's all about estimation of this integral, right? Estimation of this integral. So f of 1, right? Let us calculate f of 1. So for f of 1, so f of 1 will be equals to, tell me what? So 0 to 1 t square 1 plus 1 by t raised to power 4, and this is dt f of 1. So minus 2 plus 1 is minus 1, right? So we are looking for this integration, right? This integration lies exactly where? Okay, so let me just have some space over here. Okay, yeah, so this is my space. So can you see only this integration part? 0 to 1, t square will go over here, so 1 upon t square plus 1 by t square dt, right? Okay, so can you see that this value is always greater than or equal to 2, t square plus 1 by t square, right? So this value, if I talk about, this value is always greater than 2. A number and its reciprocal, if I am talking about positive things, so it is greater than 2. So this integral will be less than 1 by 2, 0 to 1. Now if you integrate this, less than 1 by 2x, 0 to 1, so this integration is less than half. So this integration is positive. Obviously this integration value will be positive, but it will be less than half. So this value lies between, basically this lies between 0 to 1 minus 1. So this value will be what? So minus 1 to 0. So this value will be minus 1 to, 0 to half, right? So minus 1 to minus half, yes, minus 1 to minus half. The value lies between minus 1 to minus half. So minus 1 to minus half, that means f of 1 is coming out as negative, clearly. F of 1 is negative value because it is coming out as negative. So it is a negative quantity. Negative quantity means graph will look like this. Reject this as well. So the graph will look like this, okay? If the graph looks like this, then exactly one value, this is the graph. So exactly one times it will intersect the x-axis, okay? So whenever, this is actually a mean value theorem, which says that if a graph is either increasing or decreasing between two values, okay? So if a graph is increasing or decreasing between two values and one value is negative, another is positive, right? One value is positive, another value is negative. That means they are getting opposite sign. Then obviously we will have exactly one root between those 2 points. So one root, number of total distinct is one root, right? Understood? Yes. This question I would like, that this is a little bit difficult. The concept actually is not in JEE Mains. Estimation of integration we always study for JEE Advanced, specifically for JEE Advanced. So this concept is targeted to JEE Advanced. That's why this question is difficult, because you have not done this concept throughout your year, because you were focusing on JEE Main. Majority of you, let's be honest, focusing on JEE Main. So now this is a new thing for you. You have not solved such problems wherein estimation of integration is involved. So what you can do is you can just brush your topic and you can just go ahead and read this estimation of integration topic. Then this question will also look not that difficult to you. Okay, now we are having the next question. Are we ready for the next question? Are we ready for the next question? Yes, my dear students. Okay, all right. Now, this is your function. Now, this is actually very easy question, right? Not that difficult. Again, 2014 paper number 1. fx is given to you and they are asking whether fx is monotonically increasing or decreasing. So A and B, we can do it in one go. Again, multi-select question. Multi-select question. Okay. So in one go, we can just do both the options. Right. So let's just differentiate it. How to know whether a function is monotonically increasing or decreasing? By differentiating both the sides. So this is how Leibniz theorem, right? So this is how, so upper limit you have to put e raised to power minus of x plus 1 by x and then dx upon x, right? Minus, sorry, dx is not there, na? Because Leibniz theorem will remove the integration thing. Minus sign, now what you have to do is, you have to put 1 by x in place of x. So e raised to power minus of, okay, so you are having 1 by x plus x. Please apply Leibniz theorem very carefully, because this question is very easy. The only trap is Leibniz theorem. So how do you apply Leibniz theorem? You are aware, right? Multiple times I have told you that what you have to do is, you have to plug in the value of upper limit in place of t, and then you have to differentiate the upper limit. So over here, e raised to power minus x plus 1 by x, then this t will be 1 by x, and derivative of x is 1 minus. Now you will replace t by 1 by x. So 1 by x plus x, and you are having 1 by t will be replaced by what? X. So this is x, and now you will differentiate this. Many students might forget. You have to differentiate the lower limit, like you differentiated the upper limit. So x derivative is 1, but this is minus 1 upon x square. So x is gone, minus minus plus. So can you see that now these two terms are exactly same? E raised to power minus of same quantity, and this is 1 by x already, but plus sign is there. So x 2 e raised to power x plus 1 by x with a negative sign. This is your f dash x. Can you see that e raised to power whatever it is, either positive or negative, so this is always positive. And if your x is positive, this is always positive. It depends upon x. If x is positive, because in both the options, can you see 0 to 1 x positive, 1 to infinity x positive. So overall it is positive for all values of x belongs to 0 to infinity. So 0 to infinity mein it is monotonically increasing. So option A is right. It is talking about 1 to infinity, and 0 to 1 also it is increasing. So decreasing is wrong. Option B is wrong. Right? Okay. Clear? I hope that this is clear. And now C and D. So C, let's talk about C option. F of x plus f of 1 by x. F of x is right here. F of 1 by x, okay, so f of x is right here. F of 1 by x, so all you have to replace is x, not t. Please understand. You won't be able to replace t because f of 1 by x, so you have to replace this. So this is going to be x and 1 by x, and the same thing over here. So what is happening is f of x plus f of 1 by x will be what? Will be 1 by x to x plus x to 1 by x. So these two are actually equal in values but opposite in sign, because the moment you interchange the values of upper and lower limit, these two will become same but negative. So these two will get cancelled. So that's why it is actually a big fat 0. So yes, option C is absolutely right for this particular x. Definitely right. And f of 2 raised to power x is an odd function or not, so that we can check. Any day we can check. So f of 2 raised to power x will be equals to what? So 1 upon 2 raised to power x, so 2 raised to power minus x, 2 raised to power x, and yeah, rest everything will be same, no? Only x will get changed. So this is f of 2 raised to power x, right? And the same thing inside this with respect to dt, f of 2 raised to power minus x, right? F of 2 raised to power minus x. So what will happen is, again, 2 raised to power minus 2 raised to power x, 2 raised to power minus x, right? Same thing. So can you see that these two are equal in sign but opposite? Because see, this is lower limit, this is upper limit, and in this lower and upper limit are interchanged. So this is actually will become, if you take minus sign common, so this is 2 raised to power minus x, 2 raised to power x, same quantity, which is actually minus of f of 2 raised to power x. So what I am trying to say is f of 2 raised to power minus x is equals to f of 2 raised to power x, but with a negative sign, which makes this as an odd function. Right? So this is an odd function. So option D is also correct. Yes. Option D is also correct. Yes. Clear? Now we have another question. Okay, this topic, the concept is, okay, so concept is limit of sum as definite integration. This is the concept. JEE Advanced 2013 paper number 2. Limit of sum as definite integration. Right? Correct? Okay. So what is this? Let me just explain you the concept. So what do we do is, so 1 by n sigma r equals to 1 to n f of r by n will be equivalent to 0 to 1 x f of x dx. So this is the concept. So what is the concept? So whenever you see, so sorry, this is a plus sign over here. Whenever you see that, and obviously limit n tend to infinity. Limit n tend to, whenever you see this type of expression, wherein limit n tend to infinity and there is some summation involved, you say you don't have to calculate summation, you don't have to calculate the limit of it. Rather, this can be directly converted into integration and you have to solve this integration. That is not the concept of limit. If you try to go towards the concept of limits, you won't be able to get the answer. So understand, this is actually a disguise question. What do we call it in Hindi? Behrupiya. This question is trying to make a fool out of you. That they are saying that limits n tend to infinity, the student will focus their energy in calculating the limit of it. But this is not a question of limit. This is a question of definite integration. Okay? Alright. Yes, so we just need to, so what is the kick? What is the USP of this question? What is the deal breaker of this question? So you just have to remember the format and you have to convert this summation into this type, right? Okay, so let us do that. So first of all, 1 raised to power a, 2 raised to power a and n raised to power a. So this is the summation. So this is r raised to power a sigma r equals to 1 to n, right? R को 1 डालेंगे plus 2 plus 3 and all the way up to n. Upon one more thing, I am clearly seeing n plus 1 raised to power a minus 1. So can I write it this way? N plus 1 raised to power a and n plus 1 over here. Right? Limit n tend to infinity, I am not writing again and again, and this is summation. Na, Na, Na. So over here, how many times you are seeing Na? Na, Na, Na. How many brackets are there? So 1, 2, 3, n brackets are there. So Na will be added over n times. So this will give you n square a plus 1 plus 2 plus 3 all the way up to n will give you n plus 1 by 2. That's it. That's it. Now please have a look at this format. Your eyes should be right here, that how do I achieve sigma r by n? So sigma r by n. So I need an n over here. How do I get it? So can you see n plus 1 raised to power a? So I need to get 1 n raised to power a from here. That is the one thing. So let us do that. So in the next step, what I'll be doing is I am taking n raised to power out of it. So I'm going to get 1 plus 1 by n raised to power a. So n raised to power a, if I take it out, n raised to power a, it will go right here. So r upon n raised to power a. This is what we wanted, isn't it? Right? And one more thing, please let's not forget, I want one more n. This 1 by n should be outside. So for that, can you see that actually not single one, but 2n I can calculate, I can take out. So n plus 1 was already there, and I can just take 2 n's over here. So that is going to be n square, and over here I'm going to get a plus, I'm going to get n square if I take common, so 1 by 2, and I'm going to get 1 by 2 n square. Isn't it? Yes. And now the moment I put n tend to infinity, because limit n tend to infinity is there, what will become 0? Tell me. 1 by n gone. This is also gone, right? Because 1 by infinity is 0. So what I'm gonna left with is, now I'm gonna write it right here. So n plus 1 upon n square. And then we are having sigma r equals to 1 to n. And it is r by n raised to power a whole upon, we are having a plus 1 by 2. Yes, that's it. Right? Okay, clear? Now one more thing, right here I can see that n plus 1 upon n square. So n plus 1 upon n square. So what I can do is, 1 n can be given to this, and this is 1 by n. So n by n is 1. So this is going to be 1 by n, then this is 1 by n will be 0. Right? So this is 1 plus 1 by n. So this is 0. So 1 by n and this. So now can I just write it in terms of integration? Now this is, the format is ready. So I'll be replacing, so 1 by n will be dx, r by n will be x raised to power a whole upon a plus 1 by 2, integration 0 to 1. Correct? Now this is your final answer, that's it. And this value is 1 by 60 by the way. So now I'll be just copying things, x upon a plus half, dx 0 to 1, that's it. This is 1 by 60. Integrate it, that's it, very simple. X raised to power a plus 1 upon a plus 1, a plus half is equals to 1 by 60, and this is 0 to 1. Clear? So this is actually, the moment you put 1 over here, 0 will be gone. So 1 upon a plus 1, a plus half will give you 1 by 60. Right? Okay. So basically 120 is equals to, this is 2a plus 1, 2a square plus 3a plus 1, or 2a square plus 3a minus 119 is equals to 0. 119. So 119 into 2, this will be splitted into 17 into 7 to the 14. Yes. So 17 and 14 are the two factors over here. So 2a plus 17 and a minus 7 is equals to 0. Right? So you are going to get a is equals to minus 17 by 2 comma 7 as the final answer, which is matching with multi-select question again. Two options, 7 and minus 17 by 2. Yes? Clear? All right. Perfect. Okay. And now let us move on to the another problem. Okay. All right. Are we ready for the next problem? Are we ready for the next problem? All right. Yes. So this is actually a very good problem wherein they are asking 0 to 1, 4x cube and the double derivative of this. Now one way could be the double derivative, I am going to write it as double dash. Can I do that? Now one way of doing it is the conventional way, that okay, differentiate it and then integrate. But no. That's not a like smart way of doing it. Smart way of doing it is applying by parts. Because in applying by parts, what happens is you have to integrate the second function. right? So why not take this as your second function? So while integrating the derivative, double derivative of this will actually make your task very easy. So this is your I. Now this is first function. Let's apply by parts. First function is constant. Integration of second function. So integration of double derivative of this. So one integration and one derivative will anti each other. So only single derivative will be left out, which is 1 minus x square raised to power 5 dash, single dash, minus by parts formula. First function constant, integration of second function minus integration of derivative of first function and integration of second function. Integration of second will be 1 minus x square 5 single derivative, and this is dx. Now what you can do is you can just and obviously 0 and 1 are the upper and lower limit. Now you can differentiate this. You can just figure it out, the first part of it. So if you differentiate, what do you get? 5 will come in front, 1 minus x square raised to power 4 and minus 2x square, and obviously 0 to 1. The moment you put 1, you will get a 0. The moment you put 0, you will anyway get 0. So this actually quantity will become 0 only. So you have to focus on this part only, which is minus 12. So minus 12, right? Now again I am going to apply by parts in this. So this is your second function and this is your first function. Let's apply by parts, right? So minus 12, first function is constant, integration of this, x single derivative is there, so 1 minus x square 5, that's it, sorted, no need to differentiate, single derivation is gone, minus integration of derivative of first. So derivative of first, 12 is outside, derivative of first is 2x and integration of second is exactly this, 1 minus x square raised to power 5 dx. Now also, can you see that this is done? Now this is 0 to 1. So the moment you put 1, you will get 1 minus 1, 0. The moment you put 0, you will get 0. So this is again gone. So minus 12, minus minus plus. So plus 12. Only this part is remaining, minus minus plus 12. Integration 0 to 1, 2x, 1 minus x square raised to power 5 dx. This will be actually your answer and you are done. Right? So let us do that quickly. Why not I put this as t? If I put this as t, 2x dx will become what? Minus dt. So I will be equals to minus 12, 0 to 1. Okay, let's not apply the limits because I am changing it. So we'll change it back to the t, right? So this is your minus d, so dt, minus sign I have already applied, and this is your t raised to power 5. So I will be equals to minus 12 t raised to power 6. That means 1 minus x square raised to power 6 upon 6, and this is 0 to 1. So I finally will be equals to, the moment you put 1, you are going to get 0. Now minus is already there, so minus minus plus, the moment you put 0, you are going to get 12 by 6, which is 2. 2 is the correct answer. So option A is absolutely right. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Nice, good question. You have to practice this one time. All right. And let us move on to the next problem. JEE Advanced 2014 paper number 2, and this question, trust me, is an alpha question. Yes. Directly LDE, linear differential equation, which is important in JEE mains. So we are very like only that one, maybe one trap is there in this question, the single trap, but more or less this question is not that difficult. Okay. All right. Yes. So I will share what is the trap over here. First of all, this is your LDE, right? Wherein so dy by dx plus py is equals to q. Integrating factor, you have to calculate integration of p dx. What is p? So this is your p. So e raised to power x upon x square minus 1 dx. So x square minus 1 can be plugged into t. Substitute x square minus 1 is equals to t. So this is your t. If this is your t, x square minus 1 is equals to t. So 2x dx will become what? Dt. So dt will x dx will become what? Dt by 2. So integration dt by t. So this will give you what? By 2. This will give you e raised to power log of 1 by 2 log t. Mod. Please do not forget to apply mod over it. This is the actually trap over here. That integration of 1 by t is log t, because sometimes it is actually okay to ignore the modulus sometimes, but this time it is not okay. Let me tell you why. And this is e raised to power log of root t. So this is root mod of t. What is t? X square minus 1. Right? X square minus 1. Now understand this fact that there is a saying that in one, like एक म्यान में दो तलवार नहीं हो सकती. हिंदी में there is a saying that एक म्यान में दो तलवार नहीं हो सकती. Like we can't keep one sword, like two swords in one case, right? So basically this is very dangerous. Can you see square root 1 minus x square exist? Why? Because your domain, they are clearly giving that minus 1 to 1. So if you are saying that your x belongs to minus 1 to 1, you can't just write square root x square minus 1. Because for this to exist, x should be greater than 1. So 1 to infinity and minus infinity to 1. But this is wrong. That's why it is modulus over here. So modulus will adjust over here, right? In minus 1 to 1, x square minus 1 will give you the negative quantity. So basically the modulus will get open with a negative sign. So it will become square root 1 minus x square. This is the trap. So this is your basically, what do we say? Integrating factor, right? This is your, now the question is very easy. Now you can clearly solve it. So basically y times integrating factor. So y times square root 1 minus x square is equals to integration of what is q? Q is this. X raised to power 4 plus 2x upon 1 minus x square into this dx plus c. So y square root 1 minus x square is equals to x raised to power 5 by 5 plus x square by 2 nahi aayega plus c. So this is it. Okay. And now are they giving any satisfy f of 0 is 0? Yes. So x comma y 0 comma 0 will satisfy this. So 0, this is this is of no use. This is 0. 0 plus c. So basically constant term is vanishing. It is becoming 0. And what we are looking for is minus root 3 by 2 to plus root 3 by 2. So integration of minus root 3 by 2 plus root 3 by 2 fx. Fx is what? Okay, so x raised to power 5 upon fx is what? Y. This y is only fx, right? So fx is this, x raised to power 5 upon 5 square root 1 minus x square dx plus x square upon square root 1 minus x square dx. Same, minus root 3 by 2 plus root 3 by 2. Now can you see this is an odd function? Minus a to a, integration of odd function is 0. And this is, by the way, an even function, x square by this. So this is an even function. So for even function, this is 0 to root 3 by 2, twice of this x square upon square root 1 minus x square dx. Now what you need to do is put x equals to sine theta. So dx will be equals to cos theta d theta. Right? So this will be actually 2 integration. When x equals to 0, theta is also 0. When x equals to root 3 by 2, theta is what? Sine 60 degree, pi by 3. So pi by 3, and this is going to be square root 1 minus x square. So square root 1 minus sine square, so this is cos theta. Dx will be what? Cos theta d theta. And x square will be sine square theta. Cos theta gone. So now you are left with what? You are left with twice 0 to pi by 3, 2 sine square theta. How to integrate 2 sine square theta? So this is going to be 1 minus cos 2 theta. So 1 minus cos 2 theta ka integration is not that difficult, right? So this is going to be theta minus sine 2 theta by 2, and the upper and lower limit are this. Now you just have to, so this is pi by 3, and the moment you put pi by 3 over here, 2 pi by 3. 2 pi by 3 is root 3 by 2. So pi by 3 minus root 3 by 2 by 2. So pi by 3 minus root 3 by 4 is absolutely right. Okay? All right. Clear? I hope that this is clear. Okay. Give me a big thumbs up. All right. Okay. And now, so this is what we were getting, right? This is what we were getting. So this is, yes, using property. Now this was, we were stuck here. So x is equals to sine theta. So 1 minus sine square theta is cos theta. Root cos square theta is cos theta. Dx will be what? Cos theta d theta. And this is sine square theta. These two are gone. 2 sine square theta is what? 1 minus cos 2 theta, whose integration is what? So 2, 1 minus cos 2 theta by 2, 2 cancels. Theta minus, now you put, so 2 pi by, basically 2, so pi by 3 minus this. So pi by 3 minus root 3 by 4. Easy type, yeah, obviously I am saying that there will be easy questions as well. There will be easy questions definitely, but you won't be able to see if you are in stress, if you don't believe in yourself. So only those students who are super duper relaxed may find that those easy questions, who are like hopeless. Sometimes it happens because you are not taking stress, because you anyway you have given up. So now you are like, एक question हो गया तो बहुत बड़ी बात है. Even if I do one question, बहुत बड़ी बात है. So those students are not in stress, right? And the students who are confident, these type of students are also not in immense stress. But there are some students who are doubtful, who want to do, who thinks that they can do, but who are fearful and stressful as well. So these easy questions you might miss because you are in stress, because JEE Advanced is the whole the question paper of a confidence. Confidence is the key, and the confidence is not like, okay, I am very confident that I can solve any JEE Advanced question. The confidences should be very basic, that I will be able to identify the easy questions, I will be able to solve it without getting intimidated that, oh my god, this is the JEE Advanced paper, this is the toughest paper, right? We have these things in our mindset, that's why we get so much stressed. If some like IIT Madras says that the question paper is going to be JEE main level, so your attitude gets changed. And trust me, there will be JEE main level question, okay? You just have to look for it, okay? So this was the last question, and we are done with the calculus practice session. Tomorrow I'll be bringing you one more session wherein we will be solving numerical type questions, okay? Alright, just let me know in the comment section that which topic I should keep the maximum question from. So suppose you are worried about permutation and combination, or maybe you are worried about vector and 3D geometry, or matrices and determinants. So you can just write down in the comment section, ma'am, please pick questions from this topic. So I will try to keep more questions from those topics, numerical type problems, okay? All right, yes. All right, Canizaro is asking one question, ki when to use x equals to, substitution, this is actually very basic topic. So whenever, yes, let me just show you. Let me show you when to put x equals to sine theta, please. Why are you like asking, I feel that you know, don't you know? Tell me. Yes, let me just open that. Yes. So whenever you see, I have shared you a chart as well. I always do that. अरे यहाँ पे है क्या? हाँ. Yes. So whenever you see that a square minus x square root is there, so what you have to do is you have to put is either cos theta or a sin theta. Why do you do that? I have told you this. You don't have to remember as well. How many ratios do you have? 6. Just put sine. You are getting something. 1 minus sine square theta is getting formed. Put cos, still you are fine. But rest, all 4 will not work. 1 minus tan square, no identity I have. But if you see a square plus x square, inside root or outside root as well, put x equals to a tan theta or cot theta. You don't have to like rectification it. Do not cram it. Right? Just put 6 only you have. Sine will not work. 1 plus sine square theta, no identity. 1 plus cos square theta, no identity. 1 plus tan, 1 plus cot is there. Second cosec will not work. And square root a square, x square minus a square. Now x square minus a square. So put x equals to a sec or a cosec. So sec square minus 1 makes sense. Cosec square minus 1 makes sense. Other 4 will not make any sense. And one more last. Whenever you see both minus and plus, so try to put a cos 2 theta. Why? Because in this both identities, 1 plus cos 2 theta, you know 1 plus cos 2 theta, you know 1 minus cos 2 theta. If you see both plus and minus, so this 4 things are very basic. It is used in your inverse trigonometric function. This chart is given in your NCERT as well. It is used in integration as well. Okay, all right, clear? I hope that this is clear. Yes. So yes, vector and 3D geometry, I have made one dedicated session for JEE Advanced, right? If you have not seen, but yes, I will take more questions from vector and 3D. Just asking is requesting. Prajit is also requesting. But if you have not seen, let me just show you that I have. It is a very small dedicated session for JEE Advanced. Let me just tell you that. Okay. So this is me, and now I will show you that I have created a dedicated session for this. Okay, live you go. See, if I go down, see, this is the session. This is the session. Must do questions from vector and 3D geometry. Have you watched it? Go and watch it. And yeah, probability. So please write down in the chat box. Once I end the stream, in the chat box please write, and then I'll be able to see, because now I'll be keep on missing the chats. Okay, bye bye, see you.